que lo que. It's Ronan the Traveler. Man, let's get into it. So brother asked me, he said, Ronan, have you ever been in love? I see y'all brothers go date different women. Man, I'm glad you asked this question. And I saved this for a few weeks. So let me tell you, I've been close to it. I've been in many lustful moments, but few loving moments. So let's tell you the tale of Santo Domingo. It's one of my best spots. Look, I'm staying in this place in Zona Colonial, and I walk in there, and a dude takes my information, and when I hand him my passport, he said, oh, he's telling me you need to talk to Marcia. And Marcia come out, and man, she has these tight clothes on. And I swear to you, man, you know I'm a werewolf. That wolf inside of me just gives me trouble. He looks at her, he look at me, and I hear his voice. Now, this is going to sound bad. It's on raw. And he like, eat that coochie. That's what I'm hearing in my head. They eat the coochie. That's the wolf inside of me saying these things. I'm like, man, shut up. I'm like, God. But that's how beautiful it is. The chick is fine as hell. She's so curvy. In the United States, I see a fine chick every now and then, but I don't have these interactions with women that are that solid, that beautiful. You walking into, look at Amber Rose when she's really Amber Rose. He's looking good a while back when Kanye had her. And let me tell you, Marcia was like that. She was, God damn, this girlfriend. God damn, she just fine. When I first saw her, I'm telling you, I'm hearing Tevin Campbell. Can we talk for a moment? That's what I'm hearing in my head. I told you, when I like a chick, I'm hearing music. And she was so nice, so sweet, never disrespectful. This is what I like about the Dior. The Dior is a couple of years slower than the United States in a good way. In the United States, all our women want to be men. But in the Dior, the women are very happy being women. So she do all the stuff. I check in and that's it. But I could tell she had beautiful Hazel. I could tell she's cool. And she looks at me, I look at her. So that was that. I check in, I go to my room. Now, I have a thing lined up with Dirty Diana, who you hear me talking about. Dirty Diana. Oh, so Diana comes there with me that night. We order food, we have a good time. They're gonna give me some of the best sex. Man, I feel sorry for you brothers, man, that's not doing that. I respect you, but I feel sorry for you guys. So Dirty Diana give me good stuff. I'll bring her out the next day. She go get on her scooter. She give me a hug and whatnot. Leave out. So look, Marcia is sitting there peeping through her office when I come back in. She like, oh, that's what you like? Like, damn, you speak English very well. She like, I'm just let's practice it. But that's the kind of woman you like? I'm like, why you said her? She's pretty. She's like, but that's the kind of woman you like? And she said something like she had maybe saw Diana at that place many times. I'm like, oh, that's my friend. I'm like, I'm here on vacation, but I'm looking for a good woman like you. She said, how you know I'm good? I said, you can show me. She said, maybe I will. I'm like, well, look, do it. I'm with you. I think you're beautiful. She said, you think I'm pretty? I said, yeah, you're very pretty. And she gave me her WhatsApp, and she said, look, Friday, let's go. And that's how good it is, because it's beyond time. So she gave me the WhatsApp. We start texting a little bit. And that Friday, when she saw Dirty Diana, it was that Monday night or Tuesday. And that Friday, me and her went out. And when we went out, I had such a wonderful time. We went to Adrian Tropical on the pier or the Melicon. Me and her go there. We eat, we have a good time. Man, she had this red dress on. It's hugging every curve. And you know, in the States, men used to live with women with that tacky yakety, nasty weeds with that partner. This is her own hair blowing in the wind. You can get a jet black chick here in DR with her hair blowing in the wind. Man, you dudes, man, good Lord. Stop. Man, leave them tacky yakets alone. That shit is nasty. That nasty smelling weed. I just couldn't deal with it no more. Look. Marcia hair was blowing in the wind, and she was standing in front of me, her drinking present. That's one thing I like too about these DR chicks. They will drink beer with you, man. It is wonderful. It is great. And she's sitting there, I got my hands on her, and I'm ready right then and there to run away with her, but it didn't go like that. She dropped me back off at the spot. I'm trying to get her to come back to the room. She said, no, we got to get to know each other better. Okay. But I did call somebody else, because you know how I do. I called somebody else, and the night dude that worked there, I laced him up with a few bucks, and he told me everything I needed to know about Marcia. He told me about her daughter, and what I found out was Marcia had used to, she was engaged to this German cat, and the dude went to Germany and just like stopped talking to her. Even though they had a child, he was send like child support, but he wouldn't really deal with her no more. And the dude, he was a real cat. He was like, yeah, she dated a few dudes or whatnot, but they haven't been doing. She just put all her life in the work. But he was real. He wasn't trying to lie to me. He was real, because somebody else had told me the same thing about her. But he had told me, man, she's asking the same thing about you at night. Who you dealing with? What you do? So I slowed up her. I didn't stop all the chicks, but I slowed them up. And he would tell her, you know, he's not messing with no chicks and all that. And then one day she sees me. She's like, look, I want you, after we had probably started talking a little bit, she's like, I want you to meet my parents. And that's how these chicks over here do, man. They're trying to bait you in. She's like, so we go to Zona Colonial, her mom there, her daughter there, and the dad there. The dad can speak like perfect English. Marcia can speak perfect English, and the dad can. Marcia learned from college, and the dad learned because he was in New York for a little while. And after I won him over, the dad gave me the seal of approval. He's like, you know what? You're a real dude. Like you know, you got real estate. You're doing these things. And he told Marcia, you'll be a fool to let this man here get away. And that's all they needed. And I don't know if it was a setup or not, but Marcia's daughter went back with the parents. And it was just me and her. And boy, she had these shorts. Oh, Lord. She had these shorts. These shorts was just, you know, Marcia was so fat. God, dog. And like, I'm telling you, she was just fine as shit. And we was spending time, we drinking beer, and we get back in the car. I'm thinking she about to bring me back to my spot. She like, oh no, Bobby, we going back to my place. And I can feel, me and her had good sexual tension. Sexual healing. We had this good, we get back to her spot. Now there's no air conditioning. We walk into her little apartment, man. She had this little small, little 2-bedroom spot. Me and her walk in there, man, and like, it's hot as hell in there. And we drink more beer. And we sitting there, and she like, come on, Bobby. Come on, Bobby. So she saw, she grabbed my hand, she bring me in her bedroom. She said, sit right here under the fan. She turned these 2 fans on, and they blowing on me. And I'm sitting there. I'm falling asleep. I ain't gonna lie to you, because I'm drunk. She go in the bathroom. She come back out with this lingerie on. It was like see-through. I'm like, oh Lord. And that voice hit me again. Eat that coochie. It's just like crazy. So I take off all my clothes, and boy, I'm rubbing on her. We going at it. Biting on her. We biting on each other. It's going good. And let me tell you something. She goes down and she's bobbing for apples, and she's slurping and gurping. And I turned to Bill Cosby, jello pudding bop, jello pudding bop in the pudding. And it's just, oof. So look, while she's slurping, she got that coochie in my face. And I'm reaching now, trying to find my condom. And she slid on the pistol. I don't have no condom on, and she's bouncing. I'm like, damn. So she slides on me with no condom on it, bouncing up and down. Like, you know what? If this the end, is this the end? I just went with it. I'm like, you know what? I lived a good life. I'm gonna roll with it. And that sexual experience was so tense and so good. I mean, it was wonderful. It was just, man, I'm boofing and everything. I just like, you know what? Naked head, no condom. We had good sex. I fall asleep in there, and then I wake back up probably about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and she's laying under me. And when I move, I see the curve. So this woman was so fine. We both naked in the bed. I moved, and she like, Bobby, come in. Come. I come closer to her. Just slide that thing right back in. I'm like, oh man, I was done. I was just a young boy, still playing with my toy. I turned to 5 heartbeats. It's still hard in the house tonight. Stand up. So I was feeling, look, I was done. So personally, hey, you ever been in love? When I became close to it, I'm like, you know what? I thought about my whole life and all the bad problems I've had, and I was like, you know what? She's all I need. Oh, you can make me happy. I was feeling wonderful. Nothing a person can do or say to me would make me feel any different. And we were like this for days, for actually weeks. She would drop me back off at the spot where she worked at, and she would come upstairs, and this sexual relationship was going on and on and on, until one day I had to go back to the United States. I go back to the States, and we were talking every day. And here's the crazy part. She hit me out the blue one day. And she said, Poppy, I got good and bad news for you. I'm like, give me the bad news first. She's like, well, my ex-fiance in Germany is saying he want me to bring me and my daughter to Germany. He got everything straight. Like, how is that good? She was like, well, I would rather come with you to the United States. I'm like, look, I don't plan on staying in the United States. I'm just here a little while. I'm coming back to your country. She's like, baby, Dominican Republic is not the place. I can't grow. So I'd rather be with you. I'm telling you this. I want to be with you. Can you just bring me with you? This is the choice. Either you bring me with you or I go with him. And I tell her, Marcia, you gotta give me some time. She say, I give you a few days. Let me know. And when she telling me this is like Sunday, she was like, I give you till Wednesday. So I'm like, okay, babe, we talked every day. And she didn't bring it up again till Wednesday. Wednesday come, she was like, Ronaldo, I'm ready to come with you. What are we gonna do? I'm like, oh, it takes longer than that. She said, I know a lawyer. I got the numbers. I'm like, and that made me feel like it was a setup. I'm like, Marcia, no, I'm not rushing anything now. You do whatever you gotta do. And Marcia, within 2 or 3 weeks, Marcia was gone. She went on with the guy. And let me tell you something, man. When I tell you I was hurting a little bit, that's how I know I cared for her. I ain't gonna know if I'm in love or not, but I cared for her. Man, let me tell you, I flew back to Dominican Republic. I go to that same place where I met her at. I go to the building, go there, and I holler at my boy. I'm like, where's Marcia? They're like, she's in Germany. And let me tell you something, man. I'm walking that night on the pier, and I'm like, never can say goodbye. Even though the feeling heartache, it bothers me wherever I go. And I'm like feeling it. I'm feeling these things, and I'm thinking about all the stuff she showed me. Me and her went to this bar before, and she had danced bachata with me, and I'm thinking about all this. Thinking about George Michael Careless with, I'm never gonna dance again till you do beat have got no rhythm. And let me tell you, man, I was hurting. I was hurting for a while when I got back to Midwest. I was like, damn, I love this woman. What am I feeling? And I feel like that until the full moon come out. And when the full moon come out, I start howling at the moon again. And I was free again. And I was able to hunt again. And to tell you the truth, man, I talked to Marcia maybe once or twice. And man, I just have such happy feelings when I think about her. But she's happy. They had a whole nother baby. And sometimes I look at myself in the rearview mirror and I think about old Marcia. But I'm out.